Alright, welcome back to another episode of Kira Curtain Call. And if you have this episode, well, still continues on Megalith Temple. And then along with new people. All of them are having so much fun, even Hana himself, although he won't admit that, he would rather be everything is a fucking match. Sure, if he wants that, whatever, but yeah. And by fun, by the way, well, the Immortal Literature Club joined in on the little musical performance fun. Aki decided to practice on his own and perform for a little bit. Then eventually the rest of the members, including Kodan himself, joined in. And there was some nice music that played in my ears, so I'm not gonna lie with you. The second Literature Club did the same when they heard it. And they joined in, and they had a lot of fun performing with each other. Aside for that, we hanged out with Yui for a little bit, went to get some drinks in a nearby convenience store, and talked about things. And in the middle of the hangout, Hana decided to apologize again for guessing completely out of nowhere and stuff like that. Which Yui responded about that he doesn't have to constantly apologize about. And she brought up an apology of her own. And that apology was about the 2 meters. She was okay with them being closer for quite some time, but she was hiding that fact. In other words, we can be close to her again, but unfortunately, that dipshit decided to kiss her again. And now it's 100 fucking meters distance between them this time. Actually, for real though, it's probably back to the 2 meter distance again. Thanks to what kind of a crap he pulled. God damn it. Anyways, in this episode, we're gonna be returning back home. The camp's over. And the contest is near. So, yeah, if I missed anything, well, I'm sorry. Anyways. Today, the second Literature Club is going home. Oh, never mind. We're still staying. We still have a few days left here. Now go home. You must be pretty confident that you think you can start later than us and leave early. Do you still think you have what it takes to beat us?
まだ分かってないみたいね。あんたたちが相手ならこのぐらいがちょうどいいハンデなのよ。
Imagine I was boasting. Fair enough. After that night, Yui never said a word. I was glad to see that she wasn't afraid of me this time, though.
ねえ、やっぱりあんたたち何かあったんじゃないの？え、ソウタさんとユイさんがですか？
え？またなの？なんにも
ないから。ゆうこちゃんもしつこいよ。ごめん。
My achievement ended up muttering Yui was going down the dark side. It was my fault. Yui, I was wrong. Please don't harden your heart like that. As I approached Yui, she hopped back away from...
近づかないで。本田君は私の100メートル以内に近づいちゃダメ。
Okay, 100 meters. I got you.
え？100メートル
？100 meters, jeez.
100メートルって今アウトじゃないの。
100メートル以内に近づいてほしくないって嫌われてるってレベルじゃないな。
憎しみ？
だが憎しみは愛情の裏返しではないか。
違います。
Hey, be a bit reasonable. If we're 100 meters apart, I can't kiss you anymore.
もうしないの。
Oh, what a fucking weirdo. Jesus Christ.
やっぱあんたたち絶対昨日なんかあったわよね。
And it's all Honda's fault. Just when things got actually good. God damn it. I mean, it's not like I'm saying that the entirety of the original was bad up to this point. You know what I'm trying to say. Jesus.
ですよね。
え、そうなの？
何にもないってば。もう、本田君のバカ。
Me? Yes, you absolute dumb ass. And so, you and the others went home with an unpleasant memory. You jackass. Several days later.
今の良かったんじゃない？
ああ、完璧だったよな。俺、背筋がゾクゾクしちゃったぞ。
Yeah, we'll see what they have cooked up. And hopefully what the original decides to show us. Please. Don't skip.
今の俺たちにできる最高のものだったと思う。
I think we know all well how the ladies will perform, but I want to see how you guys do it as well. Please. Don't do this to me, original. Don't skip them, please.
歌詞もかなりいいじゃんか。
Hearing Aki who rarely even praises anyone give me praise made my ass itch. Kinky? After the events surrounding my kiss with Yui, I went back to my room and I wrote my thoughts into the notebook. I thought about Yui and everything that happened. It might sound like a bunch of meaningless words strung together to strangers, but each one held a special meaning to me. By morning, I had finished the basic lyrics. I had practiced the next day. I showed them to everyone else. Kazu teased me, saying it was a bit of a love song. I sang them while our band performed, adding or removing words bit by bit. It was so that he had to insert the chorus into the high point of the song. I listened to Aki's advice that lyrics like these should sound a little more pretentious, and Kazu came up with a guitar phrase to help accent the lyrics. Without a doubt, the greatest song belonging to Super Rock and Rollers, that one and only band with each of us as a member, was finally complete. Yeah, it's finished.
Yahoo! やったね。
そういや、曲のタイトルはなんて言うんだ？
I was thinking of calling it a Bad Trip Dial.
いいね、ロックな感じで。
まさにバンド名にふさわしいね。
Everyone grinned at Kazu's joke. Well, now the song was a bomb in everyone's chests, just waiting to explode. That's how we felt.
ねえねえ、そうちゃん。あとね、ライブに向けてこんなのも作ってみたんだ。
Kazu flipped his composition notebook to the back page. On that page, there was a logo with Super Rock and Rollers in yellow letters. Costume design? This is?
おお、かっこいいじゃねえか。
バンドなんだからロゴがあった方がいいかなって。
Oh, just a logo.
ショーと2人でデザインを考えてみたんだ。
鎖があるだろ。これは俺たちをイメージしたんだ。4本の鎖が集まってスーパーロックンローラーズが生まれるんだ。
Cool. I was honestly surprised by their talent.
なるほど。こいつをつけてライブに出るってわけか。
I hadn't even thought about their outfits. Damn! Now I can't wait. I was happy that we had finished our song and created a logo. But what I was most happy about was the fact that this band was finally a true band. When I saw Aki and Sho, who had really booed at our band name, truly enjoying all this, I don't know how to describe it, but I felt a conviction. Our training camp finally came to an end. This year's summer was almost over. And so comes the festival. Track number 3, Chainsaw. What? The first time I heard about it was 2 days before the contest. It had broken the record for the hottest day of that summer. Oh. Kazu had collapsed. Oh, fucking hell. When mommy told me over the phone she was so agitated I could barely understand her, all I could grasp was just how serious the situation was. Kazu!
あれ何
Okay, fucking hell. Hi, what's up? How are you doing, buddy? In this scorching planet. It all happens on a hot summer day, but fuck you.
やだな。ちょっと転んだだけだって。
Corona? I came running when I heard that Kazu had been carried to the hospital, but I arrived to find him doing well. Well, I guess you might call falling collapsing. I looked like a fool for running desperately in this sweltering heat. I turned to look full of resentment towards mommy.
すみません、私慌てちゃって。
Mommy shrank apologetically. How can you stay angry after she said that? Mommy looks like she keeps things together, but she doesn't always. I'm sure she panicked when she saw Kazu fall over and called me while her mind was blank. Just imagining the charming spectacle made me lose my anger. Good. Well, luckily it wasn't anything serious. So there you are. It's almost the day of our contest, so we can't have you injured.
大丈夫。ちょっと足をひねったけど、演奏には支障はないよ。本番は張ってでも出るつもりだから安心してよ。
For once, Kazu says something promising. He always has little confidence, so it's rare to see him show such strong determination. I could feel that Kazu wanted to make our performance a success no matter what. That just shows how much he's running at this contest for us. It made Kazu seem almost dazzling to me, so I squinted at my eyes.
どうしたの？
It's just you. I can see he seemed bright because it sounded too stiff and embarrassing. Whatever. So you'll be alright for our final studio practice session tomorrow? We've already reserved it.
うん、大丈夫。問題ないよ。
Okay. Alright, I'm counting on you. We're gonna beat those guys and men that's ourselves. That's game. Sheesh, man. I pointed my finger straight at mommy.
なんか私敵の悪者みたいですね。
Yeah, you are it. Evil shall perish. Evil will. Okay.
なんかひどいです。すごく傷つきました。
I'm sorry. Anyways, I'm glad he wasn't that badly. Even if one of us is missing, then we aren't the super rock and rollers. And I wanted to win as the super rock and rollers. Kazu was still waiting for his examination, so I left with mommy. Nami must be really worried since she remained silent and dejected. Come on, don't worry about the phone call. I won't get mad at you anymore.
はい、すみません。
Mommy apologized again. Don't apologize when I'm telling you not to worry about it. I'm just glad Kazu wasn't hurt that badly.
はいそうですよね
Mommy still looked down. Mommy is always earnest, so I guess she can't forgive her own mistake and causing me to worry. Jeez, both brother and sister are both too serious. Hey, we're here. I had to call out there since Mommy was so lost in touch she didn't even notice where we were at her house.
すみません
You're going to go back and bring that damn Kazu his wallet, right? Will you be alright on your own?
はい大丈夫です本当にすみませんでした
She apologized again. All I could do was smile. I said it's alright. Anyways, tell Kazu we'll be waiting for him at practice tomorrow. To remind him that he can't do shit just because his foot hurts.
はい伝えますそれじゃ
As I bowed her head again, I wore a bitter smile and waved as I turned around.
ソータさん
Mm-hmm. As soon as I started to walk, she called out to me. What is it?
あ
Mommy was acting strange. She looked like she had something to say, but wasn't sure if she should say it. Something on your mind?
いえその今日は本当にすみませんでした
Mommy bowed deeply once again. She managed to get out to me, but just apologized again. Now I was starting to get worried. I told you didn't have to worry about it. I walked back and rubbed Mommy's head. In no time, it looked like Cuckoo's nest.
はあひどいです
She looked like she was about to cry. She tried to pat her. She tried to pat her hair back in place. Now you have more of a rock image, girl, genius. Oh, did you pat her head? I walked back and pat Mommy's head. In no time, it looked like a cuckoo. I know what a cuckoo is. But for some reason, my brain disabled itself. I don't know why. Sorry.
その呼び方やめてくださいってば
Mommy yelled at me. There you go, that's it. When you shout from your stomach, you can bring out your energy, right? If you keep your back curled up like that, will that ever well?
そうですよね
Mommy stood up proud and straight. Then she finally smiled. See? Now you have more energy, right?
はい本当ですね
Mommy smiled. Mommy was suddenly acting like her usual self. You're heading back to the hospital, right? Are you sure you'll be alright by yourself?
はい大丈夫ですよ子供じゃないんですから
Although she was acting like a kid just a minute ago, she was acting all mature now. Must look like a kid? That reminds me. I feel like I've seen Mommy acting down and dejected like that once before.
それじゃどうもありがとうございました
Yeah, later. Before I could remember when that was, Mommy and I parted ways. Yeah, that's it. Once I was alone, I finally remembered. I finally remembered when I saw Mommy looking that dejected before. It was an old memory. It was when Cookie died. Pet? Cookie was the name of the dog, yeah. The dog he used to own. He died of an illness many years ago, but Mommy had been wearing the exact same expression she did back then.
クッキーか。懐かしいね。
Yeah. I could hear Yui reminiscing over the phone. Well, I mean, technically we can't talk to each other through the phone. Yui and I were both deeply connected to Cookie. We were the ones who first picked him up. I don't know if he had been abandoned or if he was a stray, but once Yui and I found him, we began feeding him and taking care of him. However, our parents found out and they started talking about who should keep him or if they should take him to the pound. In the end, Kazu's family agreed to take him. Both Yui's parents and mine refused to. In the end, I think it was the right choice for Cookie to go to Kazu's family. Not only were they affluent, but each one of them took good care of him and he lived in happiness. How many years has it been since Cookie died?
もう4、5年になるかな。
He died of something rare that dogs often get. For a while, neither cousin or mommy told us about Cookie's illness. Neither of them could find a way to tell us that he didn't have much time.
マミちゃん、私たちに申し訳ないって思ったんだよね。私たちが連れてきた子だったからって。
I mean, especially thought about that Cookie was a dog that they were taking care of for us, so she always took great care of him. Now I can't help but worry about Kazu now. Thanks to all this. And given how, unfortunately, Kazu has shown how weak he usually is physically. So when he came down with an illness that couldn't be treated, Mommy felt terribly responsible. This made her unable to tell us what had happened. When I think back on it, Mommy clearly felt like she had something to say to us back then. She always felt like she had to tell us, but couldn't bring herself to do so. So Mommy today reminded me of the way she acted back then. Do you think she's hiding something from us again? I don't know why, but I felt awfully apprehensive. Our precious concert was just at the horizon, but I had a bad feeling on my chest.
本田君、どうしたの?
No, it's nothing. Telling you wouldn't help, but I couldn't get it off my mind either. Was Mommy suffering because she couldn't see something today? The next day, Kazu immediately came to our practice session. This will be our final practice session in the studio before the contest. Me, Kazu, and everyone else were all fired up. Kazu was energetically playing his guitar. He still lagged behind on occasion like always, but it looks like his leg injury wasn't having any ill effect. When our practice ended, we all breathed a sigh of relief.
なんとか仕上がったのではないか?
ああ、今の良かったよな。これなら文句ないだろう。
Yeah, with this we can compete against the second literature club. This was our final practice session, but we managed to bring our original song to a level that satisfied everyone. No, it was better than that. Aki and Sho were both excited about it.
合宿前からするとびっくりするぐらい良くなったよな。
これもカズのノートのおかげだな。
いやー、そんなこと。
He wrote in that notebook all through our training camp. It is carefully noted problem points and ideas as a base. Be better able to discuss and add improvements. Don't be modest. I think you might have more talent as a composer than a player, Kazu.
あんまりおだてないでよ。いつも演奏で足引っ張ってる分、少しぐらいは役に立たないとね。
He was really being modest, but he sounded happy. Anyways, I think we can look forward to the Teko test. If we just give our best performance at the contest, then the results will show themselves. Kazu, your injuries are better now, right? He said his ankle only suffered a light sprain, but I was kind of worried. I had nothing to complain about with our song, but Kazu messed up in places he never went during our practice. Also, I thought the way he was walking seemed awkward.
なんとか大丈夫だよ。本番は死ぬ気で頑張るから。
Oh, you're awfully fired up this time, Kazu. Looks like I'll have to put more spirit into it too.
じゃあ気合い入れて帰ろうぜ。腹減ったよ。飯でも食おう。
Fair enough. Actually, I was hungry too. Alright, let's do it! We decided to go eat some ramen and eagerly began packing up. I heard Kazu struggling. Next, I heard an earth-shaking sound. Okay. At least what happened earlier in this episode was not for just for. How about we just randomly shock you for no reason? But at some time, fucking hell. Next, I heard an earth-shaking sound. When I turned around, I saw that Kazu had collapsed. Hey, Kazu! I immediately ran over and held him up.
いたたた。
What are you doing? Are you alright?
平気。また転んじゃったよ。
Kazu gave us an awkward laugh.
すごい音がしたが、どこか打たなかったか。足は？
ちょっとお尻打っただけ。ごめんね。本当ドジだよね。
そんなことはいいけどさ、もしかしてカズ調子悪いんじゃないか？
そういえば合宿の時の風邪がまだ治りきってないんじゃないのか？夏風邪は長引くというし。
Is that true? Speaking of which, it does look a little pale. His body was light as a feather. But Kazu ever does light before? Not only that, but I really think it's strange for him to fall down so often.
大丈夫だよ。
Kazu pushed my hand away and stood up on his own. Then he smiled as if to prove he was alright.
ほらね、大丈夫でしょ。
You sure? If you are, then okay.
そんな顔しないでよ。明日は本番なんだよ。優勝して今までの屈辱を晴らすんでしょ。
Yeah, of course we are, but I was worried about Kazu too.
本当に大丈夫だからさ。僕、明日は絶対優勝したいんだ。
For once, I heard Kazu talk about wanting to win. Kazu was never the type to worry too much over competitions. He was always too nice. And yet now he says he wants to win tomorrow. That's pretty strange to hear from you.
そう？でも僕勝ちたいんだ。みんなだってそうだよね。
And then Kazu asked both Aki and Shu nodded. All three of them were thinking of nothing but victory. Of course I felt the same way. I wanted to beat down the second literature club and win with these members. We spent our entire summer working towards this goal. Yeah, of course I do. The only possibility is their victory. Tomorrow we'll sweep them away.
絶対優勝しようね。
I won't worry about you anymore, okay? I don't care if your ankle hurts or if you have a fever or anything else that you won't want to share. You better make up for it with willpower.
望むところだよ。
Kazu's smile was so promising it was hard to think you'd just fall in like that. Maybe I'm worrying too much. I guess I'm starting to feel like an older brother to Kazu. But I can't be overprotective. Maybe it's a tournament for teaching him so much when we were little. That was a long time ago, though. Whatever, tomorrow's the day. Alright, tomorrow we win!
Oh!
Yay. Hey. Get a call. Oh boy, yoik. Anyways, now it's finally time for our performance at a concert. If we can't give it all we've got here, then everything we've done will happen and win. There were plenty of guests, and they were all excited. Murakami-san was back in the judges' seats. Yui and the second literature club are also watching. In other words, everything is all laid out. Alright, let's go. Hey! It looks pretty sick! Nice!
任せとけ。
Yoink. Then we shut off. We were pushing on at full throttle, burning up what little remained of our summer. The crowd was going wild. They were getting drunk off our sound. Now, how's that? This is our sound, the sound of super rock and rollers. We're about to show you even more, so keep up. But suddenly our music fell apart. What the hell is this? Yoink. What the hell is going on?
そうちゃん。そうちゃん。
Kazu? When I turned around, I saw Kazu looking at me with tears in his eyes. He was desperately trying to play his guitar, but his hands flapping on paper, unable to pluck the strings. Then I realized that Kazu's entire body was as weak and frail as a sheet of paper. No one could play the guitar like that. Yet Kazu still desperately tried to play. He was unable to play a single note. He was frustrated and in tears. Kazu! Kazu, what's wrong?
そうちゃん。ごめん。僕、もうギターが弾けないんだ。頑張ったんだけど、もうダメみたい。
As he spoke with tears rolling down his cheeks, he tried to pluck his strings. Just think it was enough to make my heart ache. Kazu, that's enough. You can stop. I wanted to tell him, but I couldn't speak. Kazu's body was growing weaker. He could barely hold his guitar anymore.
そうちゃん。そうちゃん。
Kazu, enough. You can stop. We'll take you to the hospital right away. I'll save you. Kazu! I woke up to my own shouting. I was in my room, not on a stage. I guess it was all just a dream. Hopefully. For a while I sat in a daze, stunned by it all. What kind of a dream is that to have on the morning of our big event? What if it's a premonition, actually? As I wiped out my sweat, I looked at the clock. It wasn't even 6 a.m. yet. It was an ominous way to wake up. Or perhaps I was saved by the fact that I woke up. I was able to escape that horrible nightmare. Hopefully it was a nightmare. Yeah, let's think positively. We have done everything we can for today. I was accepted to go on stage with a clear mind. But why did I have that dream? How could Kazu ever stop playing the guitar? Why am I getting this worried? Am I getting stage fright? Time to put more spirit into this. I smacked my own cheeks hard. Now my head was clear. Don't think of anything unnecessary. Concentrate. Think only about our performance today. Alright. With my mind reset, I jumped out of bed. Sorry. The live house hosting the contest held a unique atmosphere. I know I'm not a frequent enough visitor to see for sure, but there seemed to be a lot more young people than usual. That was different from the usual age group of guests.
なんか緊張するね。
Kazu was smiling, full of nervousness and excitement. His hands were shaking slightly from nervousness. When I saw his hands shaking, I recalled my dream. Although we were performing, Kazu lost his strength and couldn't play the guitar anymore. That really was a bad dream. I don't care how nervous I am before the performance. There is no reason I should have to have a dream like that.
なんだお前ら緊張してるのか
Yoink. As I was getting irritated by recalling that nightmare, Aki called back to us jokingly. What do you mean both? Kazu is the only one who's nervous.
え、そうなの？
それにしてはそうちゃんも表情が硬いぞ
He pinched and tugged my cheek. I barely felt pinch it, so I guess my face was stiffer tonight. I wonder what there is right.
あなんだって
Burger! Boom! I brushed like his hand away. I said, you're not there, Cesar? Doesn't it bother you any? I can stop to scout at the idea.
俺は見られることには慣れてるからな何しろ人に見られるために生まれてきたようなガイだからさ
And then there was Yuka. I see! Fuck yeah! How promising. If he wasn't my friend, your friend, I would have punched him though.
こんな時のために合宿では座禅を学んだだろう。
Friend,
心と滅却、
Nice.
無念無想だ。
Oh,
雑念を消す。うまくやろうという気持ちすら消してしまうのだ。
yoink. Cho spoke calmly.
うまく演奏しようという気持ちも欲だからだ。欲を捨てるためには己を捨てる。己を捨てれば天はおのずと結果を与えるだろう。
Cho wore the same composed look as always. Yet, while he looked composed, I think he was also nervous. Oh, you. Maybe what he just said was also meant for himself.
じっとしてると余計緊張しちゃうな。ねえ、会場行ってみようよ。
Kazu sounded restless.
そうだな行ってみようぜ
アッキーは本当にこういうイベントが好きだな。
All three of them left the backstage area. Wait, I'm being left behind. Hey, hold it! Don't go ahead and leave me behind. You deserve that. Or making all the decisions on your own before. You saw them stop running around the floor trying to hurry up their final check. I saw Murakami-san standing in front of the stage. Next to him was a reporter from a music magazine, or so Kazu told me.
来たわね。
Going... Duh. Looks like my gym was already here. The second literature club was so used to this, he didn't seem bothered at all.
こんにちは。今日はお手柔らかに。
Okay. You win. We're gonna leave. At least Swami was nervous. She was so nervous she looked pale. Looks like this will be our victory. The enemy's guitarist is quivering! And that trade shall definitely screw up.
そんな。
ちょっとうちのエースの緊張を煽るようなこと言わないでちょうだい
Mommy started shaking even more. Looks like you're guilty of that yourself.
あらあら困りましたね。
ああもう仕方のない人ね。
After our silly exchange, I was starting to loosen up. Then my eyes met with Yui's.
本田くん、今日は負けないからね。
Same here. This time we're going to be the ones who win. You better get ready for it. Be ready.
威勢だけは一人前ね。でもどうかしら。私たちだって今年は盤石の体制で挑んでるんだからね。
Huh, puns. Don't think you're the only one who's rock solid. What do you mean by that? Well, also... At that moment, I heard the loud noise of something collapsing. I heard Mommy scream. What? Kazu? When I turned around, I saw Kazu lying collapsed on the floor.
ちょっとカズ、大丈夫？
Kazu! I panicked and dashed over to him.
ごめん、大丈夫だから。
He says he didn't collapse, he just tripped. I felt relieved, but I knew something wasn't right. Kazu may be careless, but he never fell so frequently. What are you doing? What will happen if you hurt yourself before our performance?
ごめん。
I lent him my hand and stood him up. Without the attention on him, Kazu felt embarrassed.
ありがとう。ごめんね。
何もないところで転ぶとは、さては相当緊張してるな。
そうかも。
So Kazu tripped over nothing? But if he tripped over nothing on this flat surface, then doesn't that mean he isn't feeling well? Mommy? I noticed Mommy turning pale. This time it wasn't because she was nervous, it was for some other reason. Why is she looking at Kazu with so much worry? Something just isn't right here. My mind wouldn't get off my dream this morning. I had a bad feeling. There's only a few hours left until our performance, but I can't go on feeling like this. I have to do something, thank you! Please. Sorry for calling you right before the performance.
いえ。
Since I was stabby about this, I decided to talk to Mommy. If I didn't do something about this feeling, I couldn't focus on our performance.
なんでしょう。
Mommy was confused as to why I pulled her aside. No, maybe something else was occupying her mind. It's about Kazu. Mommy suddenly looked dejected. All I did was say his name. So why did she react so strongly?
兄さんの何を。
Something happened to Kazu, didn't it? I already sounded like I was pressing the issue. Mommy was flustered and her eyes were swimming. I knew something was wrong with Kazu.
いえ、別に兄さんは何も。
Bullcrap. Hey, Mommy. Before I knew it, I had drawn near her. Mommy hung her head in sorrow and froze up. Hey, if there's anything you're hiding from me, please tell me. Is it about Kazu?
それは。
それは僕から話すよ。
Thank you. Yeah, that nightmare was definitely a premonition. Kazu. When I turned around, I saw Kazu behind me. Did he follow us out? Anyways, it looks like he heard us talking. You'll tell me? So then you have been hiding something from me?
ごめんね。でも、やっぱりそうちゃんには話しておくよ。
兄さん、でも。
As Mommy spoke up uneasily, Kazu gently shook his head. What? What are you going to tell me? I anxiously waited for Kazu to speak. He was smiling just like always.
ずっと黙っててごめん。実は僕、病気なんだ。
What? An illness? I had at least thought of that idea. It wasn't normal for him to fall down so much. I thought he was feeling bad, but a summer cold or heat exhaustion just didn't seem right. What kind of illness? Is it serious? If he hid it from me, then perhaps it is a particularly troublesome illness. I don't know much about them, but I could think of a few.
筋萎縮性側索硬化症っていう難しいね。
Oh, look at that. ALS. Oh, fuck no. Oh, shit. Kazu easily uttered the name of something I had never heard of. Yeah, well, fake?
側索硬化症。通称 ALS って言うんだけどね。
Amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. ALS. Even after seeing it, it didn't sink in. That word barely even entered my brain. I almost suspected it might be a joke.
筋萎縮性側索硬化症。長ったらしくていかにも難しそうな名前だよね。
It's not just a regular old name. That's difficult to pronounce or say whatever. Holy fuck. Kazu easily spoke that long name. I wasn't likely to even remember. He must have said it many times in the past. Mommy stood in silence. I don't really get it, but that means that it's true that Kazu had some complicated illness. That's... What's his name? Is what kind of illness? Will you need an operation? Kazu was lighthearted about it, but judging from Mommy's seriousness, it couldn't be a mild illness. No. I could tell that much from its crazy name. I still didn't understand just how nasty the illness was, though. Well, you're about to find out, unfortunately.
手術とかはしないんだ。
Oh, well, so you don't need surgery then? That must not be that bad of an illness, right? Can you treat it with medicine?
いえ、それが。
僕の病気はね、治療法がない病気なんだ。
What? I stood there dumbstruck, unable to understand what he just said. Kazu just gently smiled back at me. Yoink.
僕はもう治らないんだ。
Never be cured. Huh? What are you saying? Maui began to cry and suppressed her sobs. It sounds like Maui was sobbing somewhere far away from me. Nothing that was happening felt real. What does he mean it can't be cured? Kazu, I don't understand at all. Kazu. I don't really remember what happened afterwards. Next thing I knew, I was backstage.
あ、戻ってきた。どこ行ってたんだよ。
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I think I left for 15 minutes, but Aki and Sho were quite worried.
ごめんね。ちょっと緊張を紛らわすの付き合ってもらってたんだ。
Since I couldn't answer, Kazu answered for me. He gave them a harmless white lie. Kazu, how can you keep acting like you're fine? Isn't your illness incurable?
そうたさん、大丈夫ですか？
Mommy looked at me with concern. Her eyes were still a little red. I must be a sight for sore eyes if she's worried about me. I still can't get my feelings straight. I feel like my head is spinning. It's like I'm dreaming. Oh, that's it. It's just like I dreamed this morning. Maybe I'm still dreaming. I even had that feeling. I mean, come on, this isn't right. How could Kazu come down with such a strange illness?
筋萎縮性側索硬化症、略称 ALS。 簡単に言うと、筋肉が萎縮して体の自由が利かなくなるという病気なんだ。
Kazu ground. What? It's an illness that makes your body unable to move? I still don't understand, but I don't want to hear you say that so casually.
原因不明で治療法がないらしいんです。
Mommy wiped her tears and added more to his statement. I didn't want to hear any of it, yet I had to hear it all. According to Kazu, the symptoms of the disease eventually spread throughout the entire body. And as it progresses, you lose the ability to talk, and eventually need a machine just to breathe. However, the disease only affects the muscles, and his mind is left fully intact. In other words, you can clearly understand just how badly your body is in decay, while your brain can still think and feel. In that case, isn't being conscious just more suffering? What a terribly cruel illness! Why does such a thing even exist in this world? How long have you had it? I never even noticed that Kazu had it. How clueless can I be?
ちょうど去年の今頃だったかな。なんだか体の調子がおかしくて、病院で見てもらったらこの病気だって分かって。ほら、去年一度風邪だって言って何日か入院したことがあったじゃない。あの時本当は検査だったんだ。
I remember that. He said it was nothing serious and I didn't need to pay him a visit, so I never did. I did come back after 2 or 3 days, so I never suspected it wasn't a cold. I never dreamed it was an illness like this. You kept it hidden for that long?
うん。ごめんね。ずっと黙ってて。
Kazu sounded guilty? I don't want to see you look like that. I'm not blaming you for keeping quiet. I know how Kazu is. I'm sure it must have been incredibly hard on him to hide such a serious illness. I'm sure he was troubled enough by the illness, but he kept us in the dark on top of that. He must have been so sad. He should have said something sooner, dumbass.
ごめんね。
Don't apologize, idiot.
ごめん。
No matter what I said, Kazu apologized. It wasn't Kazu's fault. And yet... Damn it! Why Kazu? My head was full with that. There are plenty of other bad people out there, aren't there? So why Kazu of all people? That's right, why not me? The stupid phrase "the good die young" came to mind and I quickly brushed it away.
ねえ、そうちゃん。今日のライブ出ないなんて言わないでよね。
Kazu jumped ahead and warned me. That option had come to mind as well.
言った通り、僕の病気はさ、だんだん体の自由が利かなくなっていく病気なんだ。でも、だからといって安静にしてれば治るわけじゃない。ちょっと前まではまだそんなに大した症状も出てなかったんだけど、最近少しずつ進行してるみたいでさ。ほら、最近よく転んでたでしょ。
Kazu was smiling, but I couldn't look at them in the eye.
今はまだ大丈夫だけど、もうすぐ松葉杖を使わなくちゃならなくなるかも。でも最近物をよく落としたりするし。
That just shows how far the illness has already eaten away at him. Damn it, why did this happen?
だからそうちゃんとみんなとステージに上がれるのも今日が最後だと思うんだ。せっかく誘ってもらったバンドなのにごめんね。
I wanted to tell him not to apologize, but I couldn't speak. If I spoke, I think what I was desperately holding back would start to flow out.
だから今日は悔いが残らないように精一杯やりたいんだ。もしかしたら僕が足を引っ張っちゃうかもしれないけど、それでも悔いが残らないようにしたい。
I could see the determination in his eyes. I couldn't look back at him though.
ソータさん、お願いします。
Mammy bowed to me. I don't want to be bowed to. This is all just too sudden. What am I supposed to do? Even I could understand the feelings Kazu held towards their performance today. This is the stage where he can show what he's able to do, regardless of his illness. I'm not rude enough to say I know exactly how he feels. But I could tell that Kazu was betting his life on our performance today. I couldn't let this moment go to waste.
そうちゃん、本当に大丈夫か？なんだか顔色が悪いぞ。
Yeah, I'm alright. I told myself it would be alright, yet my head was still spinning. How could Kazu come down with an incurable illness? Is it really alright for him to perform? The noise is extremely loud and the air is terrible here. Will this just make him worse? Kazu says he can't be cured, but is that really true? What if there is a way to cure it? Shouldn't he hold on to that hope and take it easy? I know Kazu asked me to, but this is really alright to let him go on stage? Thoughts came and went from my mind, but I couldn't get any of them straight.
ねえねえ、本田くん。
Yui called out to me.
今日ね、コンテストが終わったらみんなで打ち上げに行かない？ほら、合宿の打ち上げも兼ねてね。
Yui said something, but I didn't hear her well.
ねえ、どうかな？
Yeah, sure. I just gave her some kind of response. Then I thought about how Yui doesn't know either. Knowing Kazu probably plans to keep quiet about it until the end, so he doesn't worry her.
ちゃんと聞いてる？
I must look like my mind is elsewhere since Yui glared at me. Yeah, I'm listening. It seemed troublesome, so I just gave her a suitable response. I thought she might get mad at me, but no, she looked at me with concern.
何か心配なことでもあるの？
She peered at me with concern. No, there's nothing to be worried about. The moment I said that, I felt a pain in my chest. I know I had to, but it's hard to lie to Yui. I'm sure the same was true for Kazu. When I thought of how Kazu must feel when he smiles for us, I felt even more sad.
何もないならいいけど。でも。
Sorry, I'm going to go check on my instrument. I felt like I had to run away, so I looked away from Yui. I could tell her face was clouded with sadness, but there was nothing I could do.
ごめんね。本番前で忙しいよね。
Yeah, sorry.
じゃあまた後でね。
Yeah. I left the room as if I was running from Yui. No matter where I've been, Kazu's illness kept coming to my mind. The more I tried to forget it and move on, the more it filled my head. What should I do? What am I supposed to do? Kazu! In the end, I wasn't able to get rid of my hesitation before our time came. Super rock and rollers yet to perform! I felt like I was crawling through mud. It was like some monster was chasing me in my dream and I was desperately trying to escape. But my body wouldn't move right. The truth is, we practiced this song like crazy. My body knew how to play it, so we were able to perform. But I couldn't sense whether it was good or not. When I saw Kazu and Daki glancing at me, I figured I wasn't doing very good. I couldn't hear the music. The more I told myself to concentrate, the more my thoughts fell apart. I was worried about Kazu. Oop. I was worried about Kazu. Kazu's guitar was the only thing I heard. He just missed a chord. He's falling behind again. Usually moves that part well. That time he missed a note because he paid attention to me. I was more concerned about Kazu and his guitar than my own performance. Oh, what? Hey, my voice is barely coming out, isn't it? Have I been singing this song properly? I guess, is the crowd excited? It's not bored, is it? We're not doing poorly like we did at our last performance, are we? Ah, shit, we're not like this. We're supposed to be better. I'm supposed to be better. Kazu. I think I knew we had finished our first song, but I managed to perform it somehow. I didn't remember a moment of it though. My body just went out and played for me. I paled to think about it.
そうちゃん、大丈夫？
Kazuaki and even Sho looked at me with so much concern that it was hard to imagine we were performing. To escape their gazes and look down at the pit, but there was Yui looking up at me with concern. Majima was next to her. Even Majima was looking at me with a sense of pity or a sense of worry. Was my performance, my song, that horrible?
そうちゃん、全然集中できてないぞ。なんか上の空じゃないか。一体どうしちまったんだよ。
第二文芸部に勝って優勝するつもりなんだろう。しっかりしろ。
Their rebukes were only natural. I had no excuse. Sorry. I'll be alright for the next one. No, you fucking ain't. I'll do the next one perfectly. The next song was finally our original song. It was the song we all desperately poured our hearts into. I can't let myself ruin that. If I did, there would be nothing I could say to Kazu. I'll be fine. I'm alright. Damn it, why are my fingers shaking so badly? I can't play my guitar like this. Damn it, damn it, damn it!
おい、どうしたんだよ。
そうちゃん？
Aki and Cho look at me like I was going mad. I would expect them to. Something hot and wet, which wasn't sweat, rolled down my cheeks. Oh, I guess I was crying here on stage. I was crying. I never let myself cry in front of anyone before. But even that didn't feel like it was real.
そうちゃん。
After a glance full of pity, Kazu raised his hand high.
すみません。 ちょっとタイムで。
Kazu shouted to the audience and the judges. It was so sudden that the whole crowd started buzzing. Yet Kazu ignored that and stood in front of me.
そうちゃん、
Huh? What? The moment I felt something hard hit my left cheek, I went flying. Well, I flew in my mind, but in reality, I only fell backwards. Either way, I was lying with my back on the stage. What? I didn't know what just happened. The crowd was buzzing even more now. But I was the one panicking the most. It took me a long time to realize that Kazu had punched me with his fist. Never in my wildest dreams had I ever imagined that Kazu could ever swing his fist at me or anyone else.
ごめん。痛かった？
Yoink.
そりゃ痛いだろ。急にどうしたんだよ、カズ。
Oh, he'll never be able to do that ever again in the future, so might as well do it right now. It may kinda get some sense back into the real world. Aki spoke up, but Kazu didn't look away from me. With that, Aki and Cho both realized this was important and decided to watch it in silence.
でもこれで分かってくれた？僕元気でしょ？そうちゃんが心配するようなことは全然ないんだよ。
Kazu, but you're...
うん、そうだよ。僕の病気は治療法のない病気。全身の筋肉が萎縮していつか動かなくなる病気。
ALS 筋萎縮性側索硬化症。
Yeah. Cho must know about it. Since he knew exactly what it was, his shock was even greater. Aki didn't know what it was, but he could tell it was serious and watched over us in blank amazement.
でも僕の体はまだこうして動くんだよ。そうちゃんのことだってこうして殴り飛ばせる。僕がそうちゃんと喧嘩して勝ったことある？
No, none.
じゃ今日が僕の初勝利だね。
Kazu smiled? How can you smile like that? How is Kazu feeling right now? How has he felt every time he smiled in the past?
ねえ、よく考えてみてよ。
Kazu began speaking with gentle admonishment.
確かに僕の病気は治らない。いつか死ぬ病気だよ。でも他の誰だって僕と立場は変わらないじゃない？誰だってみんないつかは死ぬんだから。どんなに健康な人だって100年後にはきっと生きてない。そうちゃんだってこの帰りに事故に遭うかもしれない。誰だって突然いなくなる可能性はあるんだよ。誰だって僕と同じだよ。そうじゃない？
But Kazu was right. Even though I'm healthy, I might get caught up in a crime or an accident. There's a chance I might die today or even tomorrow. Kazu was trying to tell me that he wasn't special. He was telling me not to feel sorry for him.
でもね、今は僕たちこうして一緒にいるんだよ。一緒のステージに上がってる。僕にとっては、誰にとっても確実なのは今この時だけ。だからこの今という瞬間を僕は大事にしたいんだよ。みんなと、アッキーとショーとソウちゃんと一緒に最高の今を過ごしたいんだ。このメンバーで最高の今を一緒に過ごしたいんだよ。
Kazu. Kazu wore a peaceful smile. I can't imagine what kind of contemplation led to this smile or to the way he's able to think now. Yet Kazu was telling me that this was right. That he wanted to create the greatest moment for all four of us to enjoy.
俺にはまだいまいち事情がよくわかんないけど、今のカズの意見には賛成だな。
俺もだ。カズが背負っているものの重さはわからないが、最高の今を一緒に作り出すことはできると思う。
I can sure both smile at Kazu. Kazu smiled back to them.
そうちゃん、
Kazu peered down at me.
僕は決めたんだ。僕は何も諦めない。
Kazu.
どんなになったって、たとえ指一本動かなくなったとしても、意識がある限り僕は僕であり続けるでしょ。僕は僕が僕である限り絶対に何も諦めない。僕は僕にできることをするよ。僕自身に与えられたゴールを目指すんだ。それは他の誰にも、たとえそうちゃんにだってできない、僕にしかできないことなんだよ。僕は僕にしかできないことをするんだ。そう決めたんだ。
Kazu smiled and held his hand out to me.
だからそうちゃんもこんなところでつまずいてちゃダメだ。そうちゃんはそうちゃんのゴールを目指さないと。そうちゃんは太陽になるんでしょ。こんなとこでつまずいていてどうするの。太陽になるんだから、もっと輝かなくちゃ。もっともっと輝いてよ。それがそうちゃんにできることでしょ。
Kazu's words held a strange power as he pressed against my chest. What only I can do.
そうだよ。僕、そうちゃんが太陽みたいになるの楽しみにしてるんだからね。
Kazu smiled again. That smile felt like the sun to me, warming my heart. As I felt my body warming up, I suddenly felt my strength welling up inside. Damn, look at Kazu acting cool! Hey, now you're taking my job.
そうだね。
We looked at each other and smiled. Excuse me, is there some kind of trouble? Will you be forfeiting? Fuck no. The judge spoke up with concern. Forfeit? You gotta be kidding me. And who the hell would ever forfeit? We'll start again in just a moment, so keep your asses in their seats. I yelled down at the judge. I'm sure we just lost points for that, but who cares about that anymore? I grabbed a hold of Kazu's hand and proudly stood back up. I drew in a deep breath, various emotions, desperate swirling inside of it, just like a hurricane. My mind was still in chaos. However, it was time to put all of that aside for now. Right now, the only thing on my mind will be me, Kazu, Aki's show, and the performance we're about to give. Okay, sorry about that. I'm all set now. I nodded over at Kazu and a smile broke on his face. I grabbed the mic once again. Sorry. Sorry about that. Super rock and rollers, here we go again. The crowd was buzzing again, but we didn't care. It shows count off, our performance began. What? Guys, that sounded wonderful. I think this is the first time I heard him strum his guitar like that. Yo. It felt like he was burning up his own life in order to strum that guitar. It hit my chest and made me irritated. Kazu, you don't have to try so hard. You just had to be there. You just had to be here with us. Yet at the same time, I was totally impressed. Kazu was giving us such a wonderful performance. Amazing, Kazu. You could do it if you tried. Yeah, this was great. The performance is great. Words about Kazu didn't mean a thing. Forget it, I don't care what happens anymore. Got it, Kazu? You play the guitar like you want. If you can put on such a powerful performance, you would stand right too, right? And if you collapse this many stage, it's exactly what you wanted, but isn't it? No, I bet you're hoping you collapse on this stage. If you do collapse, no, deal with it then. I'll just pick up your pieces when we're done. Just leave it to me. But Kazu, let me tell you, you're shining today. Right now, you're shining like the sun's far more than I am. Right now, it's like I'm being lit up by you. It's shining with the light you gave me. Damn it, this isn't right. I'm not going to lose either. If you're going to burn up your light to shine, then I'll burn up even more to shine myself. I don't care what I had to sacrifice. As long as I have this moment right now. Even I can tell that's just how irreplaceable this moment will be. Oh, so this is what Kazu was talking about.
そうだよ。今はかけがえのないものなんだ。
I felt like Kazu gave me that response. It sounded like he actually spoke to me, but I could hear his guitar telling me so. Even without words, yoink. As long as we're standing and performing at the stage, I can read what he's thinking like the back of my hand. Not only Kazu, but Aki and Shochu, I could feel their thoughts flowing into me through their music. I could tell that we all felt the same way. This may be the one and only moment we ever do. This may be a miracle. So what if it is? As long as this moment is great, then that's alright. Just like I thought, we are the greatest. I knew my instincts didn't lie when I picked you guys. Yeah, we're the greatest. But Kazu, you really are shining today. Today and today alone, I lose. This will also be the last time I ever lose to you. From now on, I'm going to shine even brighter. You got it, Kazu. You just sit back and watch me. And your limbs straight. Even if you can't walk, even if you can't move a finger, you just sit back and watch me. I'll always be by your side. No matter where you go, I'll be with you. Don't ever forget that. Hey! Awesome. Good job, good. Our performance came to a close. It was over. Our one and only summer was finally over. But this wasn't the end. This was only the beginning. We finally finished our warm-up lap. Now is when we really start to run. What? Did you say I've always been saying that? Yeah, because that's how I always feel. Everything is always about what lies ahead. Kazu's face was glistening bright with sweat as he listened to the crowd's cheers. It looked like he was fully satisfied. I could see that Aki and Sho both felt the same. Our bodies felt like they could break from the cheers beating down upon us. We felt fulfilled by our satisfying performance. We felt sad that it was finally over. We felt anxious and hoped that we would beat the second literature club. Then there was Kazu. All kinds of emotions rose up and mixed together like tea water about to burst. So I shouted, "Everyone, thank you!" Oddly enough, words of my appreciation came out. We love you all! The cheers rose up towards the heavens. As if following them up, I turned my head towards the sky. I could see the bright, blazing sun clearly, even though it wasn't supposed to be there.
そうちゃん、ありがとう。アッキー、ショーン、みんな、ありがとね。
Kazu and the others were exchanging hugs and shaking hands. I stood still, looking up at the sky. Kazu and the others turned towards me.
あれそうちゃん、泣いてるの？
Idiot, I'm not crying, I just got sweat in my eyes.
そっか、みんな、すごい汗だね。
Yeah, you're right. Sweat continued to pour off of me, drenching my face. Shit, it's really hot today. I can't stop sweating at all. We are the Super Rock and Rollers. I got my fist towards the heavens and shouted. Cheers rained down on us. Our performance finally ended. Our summer finally ended. But did win actually. I could still hear them cheering. Every one of those voices was for us.
やっぱキャーキャー言われるのはいいな。俺やっぱり有名人になるぜ。
Aki was savoring the flavor. The squeals this time are on a whole different level from those shitheads that hung around him in that dim temple. He says he was going to be a model in the future, but after tasting this thrill, I'm sure he'll come back to this world. I don't know what genre of music he'll be playing when he does, but I think Aki is sure to come back. The bass is just right for him.
この後に出るバンドには悪いことをしたな。よっぽどの演奏をしなければ客は満足するまい。
They'll be fine. Although Show still wore his now mask expression, I think I saw some pride. It looks like he was ready to travel the world and brag about our performance. Though bragging goes against his void-like personality, I thought you weren't supposed to abandon yourself and desires. Or so I thought to say, but decided not to since I felt good. I turned towards the sound and saw Kazu had collapsed. He lay flat with his face against the floor and didn't move. He looked like he had ran out of steam. Hey Kazu, are you alright? I dashed over and shook him, but he didn't move. He didn't really burn all of his strength, did he? Kazu! Hey Kazu!
おい、まさか。待っていろ。今すぐ救急車を。
ああ、待って待って。大丈夫だから。
Kazu spoke with a weak voice and raised his hand. His face was so relaxed, I thought you might give up the ghost.
疲れて腰が抜けただけだから大丈夫だよ。ちょっと休ませて。
You're so tired your legs gave out?
なんだそりゃ。
なんという紛らわしい真似を。
Everyone lost their strength and Kazu naturally became the target of my anger. Don't mess with us like that, you idiot! If you do something like that, this is funny! Once only Kazu happened, I completely let go of him.
いったー。何するんだよ。
It's because of what you did. After yelling at them, I felt my own knees hit the floor. I guess my legs gave out too once I was relieved. Once we were down, we couldn't get up enough strength to move easily. I let my body fall down right beside Kazu.
そうちゃんだって。
Yoink. Shut up, I just had so much fun. A pleasant exhaustion filled my body and I didn't feel like arguing anymore.
俺もさすがに疲れたな。
俺もだ。
When I looked up, I saw that Aki and Sho were sprawled out in some way as well. All four of us had used up all of our strength. As we wait still, we had more cheers coming from the audience. Sounds like they're really enjoying it out there. Well, looks like whoever came after us has been going pretty well too. Shit, I thought that listened close. Yeah, it's this is... I would never mistake that voice. Although it was faint, I could hear Yui singing.
ああ、僕らの後は第二文芸部だったね。さすがゆうちゃんたちだな。
Kazu closed his eyes and listened closer to Yui's song. I could see a pleasant smile on his face. Idiot, don't be impressed, you're our enemy! What will we do if they perform better than us and take away our victory?
まあ良いではないか。こちらはこちらでやれるだけのことはやったのだからな。
そういうこと。俺は女の子たちに十分キャーキャー言われたから満足だ。
I didn't know you had such low motivation. Despite what I said, my own face was grinding. I guess I was pretty satisfied too. It's not surprising. We put on such a great performance. That's why I didn't want to move for a while. But Yui and those girls are dead.
だね。
Oh yeah, what's their goal to beat Yui's band and win? How did we do? I wonder if we'll win. All I know is that I don't feel like we lost. At least for today, I don't feel like we lost to anyone. No matter what the results say.
第二文芸部のステージ見に行かなくていいの？
俺は別にいいかな。
そうちゃんはいいのか？
I don't care. Right now I didn't want to move. I wanted to stay together with these band members for just a little longer. There probably won't be a second time I take to the stage with these people. This was their last performance together. No one said so, but we all knew it, so when no one tried to move, we all wanted this moment to last just a little longer. Our performance was so great it left us feeling this way. But for some reason, a pent-up feeling I couldn't put into words was welling up from deep inside. God damn it, we're not going to lose! As I was about to be overwhelmed by this strange feeling, I shuddered and stood myself up. That's wrong, we're not finished yet. We've only just started to run. Once I stood up, I was attacked by the urge to start running. But my legs gave out again. I don't think I'll be standing up right now. And that's alright. For now, we'll just rest. For only a moment. Only this brief moment. Together with the greatest fucking friends I know. Hey. Kira kira. Curtain call. Okay. I'm gonna end the episode here. 1 hour and 34 minutes. Yeah, that's plenty long for an episode. So, I'll see you in another one real soon, I suppose.